Massive mass outbreaks are a brand new way of obtaining rare and even shiny Pokemon. Let's teach you 10 facts that you need to know in order to help you catch them all with this brand new update. How's it going, everyone? It's Abdallah here, back again with another awesome tips and tricks tutorial video for Pokemon Legends Arceus. Today's video is all about teaching you exactly what you need to know about massive mass outbreaks so that you can get every single rare Pokemon or shiny Pokemon that you could possibly imagine. And yeah, we're going to go over shiny odds, we'll show you exactly how to do it, and we'll show you some of the rare spawns that go along with, among many other facts. So thanks so much for being here, and of course, if you didn't already, join us in our quest for 1 million subscribers. Please do so. It only takes one quick second to hit that subscribe button, and we've got tons of content for you guys to enjoy, such as tips and tricks tutorial videos like these on screen here. So definitely take a look. Number 1 on our list of 10 facts that you need to know is the context of what exactly massive mass outbreaks are. So let's actually take a look and see what's going on this way. Now, as you're here, you already know about mass outbreaks. Monferno, case in point, go into the area and there's going to be a bunch of Monferno over there, then the mass outbreak is over once you catch or battle them all. Now, there's going to be options that pop up with these little question marks for massive mass outbreaks. Once you zoom into these over here, you'll be able to see all sorts of different question marks, signifying all sorts of different Pokemon that will actually be able to outbreak over there. So anyway, what we're going to do right now is I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown of what exactly these are once you jump into that specific region. Now, it's so exciting and there's just so much happening with this. So as soon as you land in over here, you're going to want to find Mai, and once you do so, you'll be able to give Munchlax 5 Aguav Berries, a currency that you'll be able to get from Pokemon drops in massive mass outbreaks. Details on that in a little bit. Anyway, once you do that, you'll now be able to see all sorts of massive outbreaks here. This is so good. So you can see some even rare ones, such as a mid-evolution starter this way, and you'll even find Pokemon that don't necessarily belong in this region. So there's tons of things happening over here. So yeah, that's exactly it. And the cool thing about that is that sometimes you'll be able to do the mass outbreak, and after that, there's going to be a bonus outbreak called a Horde, where there's going to be potentially alpha Pokemon that come out. Number 2 on our list is teaching you exactly what the icons mean within the game. But before we actually do that, I've got to teach you about hordes. So whenever you go through any one of these massive mass outbreaks on your map, there's a chance that after you battle every single one of those Pokemon or catch them so that the reported outbreak goes away, there's going to be a chance that you can summon an entire horde battle, which is so cool looking. Sometimes you'll get some alphas, and maybe you might even get some shiny alpha Pokemon with that. Now, every single icon on the map has the chance of doing that. But of course, when it comes to these special massive mass outbreaks, case in point this Duat right over here, you'll see a little star that's flashing over to it and the rotating golden shadow. That means that there's a guaranteed massive mass outbreak horde that will happen afterwards. So it doesn't mean that it's a guaranteed shiny, so get that idea out of your head with that. Likewise, the only other icon on the screen is going to be an Aguav Berry. Now, whenever you see this, you're definitely going to want to do that outbreak simply because all those Pokemon will start dropping Aguav Berries as you catch or battle them, which will help you replenish more Aguav Berries for Munchlax. Number 3 on our list is teaching you exactly how long these massive mass outbreaks last. Now, depending on the weather, on if you're in Alabaster Icelands, you're going to get heavy snowfall, or if you're anywhere else, you're going to get heavy rainfall. They last approximately 8 minutes, so the moment that you spawn into the camp area, that timer is going to continue moving. And the great thing about this is that as you're playing through this massive mass outbreak, you're going to get small pop-up notifications that warn you of exactly how much time you have left, so that you can pick and choose your target destinations very accurately, and you can optimize what exactly you want before the time runs out. Now, as soon as the time runs out, the weather can actually interrupt all of your massive mass outbreak catches. So case in point, if you're in the middle of catching all of these Pokemon that are in a mass outbreak and the weather runs out, those spawns are going to be done right there. So yeah, definitely take a look at how long you're inside these. Number 4 on our list is teaching you exactly what you need to do in order to unlock massive mass outbreaks. These are not going to be available to you throughout the entire game unless you beat it and you've seen the post-credit scene. So beat the entire game and then come back over here, and you'll be able to start quest number 95 simply by going over to Mai at the Obsidian Fieldlands Heights camp. You'll see her standing over there with her Munchlax. As soon as you talk to her, this will get the ball rolling. As you can see, there's a lot of requests involved with beating this entire storyline, so go through and do it. You'll see right over here, number 95 is a new anomaly, massive mass outbreak in Fieldlands, Mirelands, Coastlands. There's going to be a weird tricky treat strategy, outbreak in the Highlands, Icelands, and then finally, after you do all of that, you'll beat Daybreak, and you'll have them available on the map at any given time. Number 5 on our list is teaching you exactly how to spawn massive mass outbreaks within the game. It's inevitable that you're going to want to do this simply because it's a brand new feature, and if you're in the middle of some of the requests and you ran out of time or the weather went away, Mai's going to tell you to go back to Jubilife and wait for one. So this is exactly how you're going to do it. As you can see right over here, you're not going to have one 100% of the time. Simply put, go over to any area that doesn't have a mass outbreak in it, and you're going to have to talk to the professor and then go back. So this is a method that we use for shiny chaining when the game first came out. And yeah, so now just talk to Professor, return to village, and once we're done with that, all you have to do is repeat this process of going in and out of Jubilife, and that'll reset all the spawns on the map, just like this right over here. Boom! You can see that that's exactly how we ended up getting that. So just keep on going back and forth from town, out of town, and then you'll eventually get a massive mass outbreak. Next up on our list is teaching you guys about massive mass outbreak manipulations and potential chains. There's only 2 things that you need to know about this. So the first thing is that yes, you can go through, reveal all the Pokemon, save your game. Once you do so, you'll be able to then view every single one of these massive mass outbreaks and then see the results of them. If you don't like the results, you can go through and reset the game, and then those spawns are going to be the exact same thing, but you'll have a little bit more time to check out the other areas. And then the other thing that I do want to talk to you guys about is the fact that you are unable to chain massive mass outbreaks. It's just not a thing. So let's say, for example, we had the massive mass outbreak right over here in Obsidian Fieldlands with a special massive mass outbreak of Pichu in the middle. Now, if we head on back out here, it's not going to be there. So that's just not it. And no matter how many times you close the game, reset, and try to reload these chains, it's just not a function anymore. It is not a feature. You're not able to chain massive mass outbreak. So save at the camp and then do all of those accordingly, because that's your only shot at it. One of our next facts is going to be about the singular mass outbreaks, which is this right over here. As you can see, there's an Avalugg outbreak, and if we want to go hunt for it, usually, since launch, we've been doing a concept of chaining through. We'd go over here, we'd save at the camp, we'd go preview wherever that Pokemon is, and if there's not a shiny Pokemon over there, we would reset the game, and then go through and ideally get out and rinse and repeat. So that's the concept of shiny chaining with singular mass outbreaks. That's not a thing anymore. And no matter how many times you save the game at the camp, go back to Jubilife, and then double take a look at it, yeah, that Avalugg is going to be gone 100% of the time. There's not a 20% drop rate anymore. So single mass outbreak chaining is not a thing. So now that you know a lot more about massive mass outbreaks, let's teach you about all the rare spawns that you could potentially find in specific areas. Now, of course, you can see that we can get Hisuian starters in the game, and that's so great. So instead of relying on the professor for giving you one of them, you can now go through and do all these massive mass outbreaks, and you don't have to worry about space-time distortions anymore. It's great. So go over there, you'll be able to find some evolutions along as well with that. So other than the Hisuian starters, you want to take a look at some non-native species that are in the area. Swinub is not a Pokemon that you're going to find in Crimson Mireland, so you'll find some weird non-natives over there as well. And 2 more rare Pokemon that you want to look out for is going to be Unknown. You could potentially find him over here in the Solacean Ruins, so keep an eye out for that. And likewise, you're going to be able to find Spiritome. Yes, absolutely. Forget that that small, less than 1% chance of it spawning on the map, now you can find many of them. And with every single one of these outbreaks, you could potentially get alphas of all these Pokemon. So Alpha Unknown, Alpha Spiritomb, and Alpha Starters. Holy moly, that's amazing. Next up on our list is teaching you guys about the shiny odds. Now, this is going to be the most important information for those of you guys that love shiny hunting. And the long and short of it is that single mass outbreaks, where there's just one icon on the screen and you go over to it, that gives you 25 additional shiny rolls. The massive mass outbreak gives only 12, so it's about half as good. But it's still pretty great as far as quantity goes, but quality, maybe not the best. I'll get into the nitty-gritty right off the bat. So base rates are going to be about 13 rolls, since you have one at standard. So that's about 1 in 315. If you have a level 10 Pokedex entry for that Pokemon, you're going to have about 14 rolls, which is 1 in 293. If you have the perfect Pokedex entry for that Pokemon, that equates to 16 rolls. So that's about 1 in 256. Now, if you have the Shiny Charm, that's about 17 rolls, which equates to 1 in 241. Now, last but not least is going to be the best odds possible, which is having the perfect Pokedex entry and the Shiny Charm, which equates to 19 rolls. So that's about 1 in 216. If you take a look at the Dex research on single mass outbreaks, it's not as good. But hey, you know what? Go for it, do your best with it, and maybe you can get some shiny Pokemon along the way. So now that you have all the information about massive mass outbreaks at your fingertips, let's show you exactly how I would recommend using this method to get what you want. And it is going to be so efficient, and you're going to be able to maximize everything and save resources along the way. So if you notice that you're going to come right over here and leave Jubilife Village, and there's 2 different massive mass outbreaks, you can absolutely take a peek into every single one of those. And I would highly suggest going through and then saving your game right over here inside the town, simply because as you go into these, all of the Pokemon that are going to spawn in these areas here, they're already predetermined, right? You just have to go in and take a peek at which one has the shiny Pokemon or the alpha that you want, or the specific spawn. So if you have 2 of them, save at Jubilife. But if you have just 1 of them, then I would highly suggest just going into it and then saving at camp. Now, if you want to save some of your resources, I would suggest saving right before giving all of your berries over to Munchlax. Yes, it's a way of just saving 5 Agua berries in case you don't want to do it. But if you already know where you're going to need to go on the map, then you don't really need to see exactly what that is, and you can potentially save some. On the other side of the coin, getting Agua berries is going to be pretty easy too. So anyway, save the game right over this way if you're doing a singular one. Again, like I said earlier, if you have 2 of them, then save at the camp. Right over this way, go over, and then you're going to give your Agua berries to Munchlax in order to take a peek at what is exactly going on over here. So once you have this, you can go over and see exactly which Pokemon you want to potentially find, right? I would highly suggest prioritizing all of these special massive mass outbreaks. So I would go over here, I would do Dusclops, I would do Baniri, and then you'd go through and find out like what other Pokemon interests you. Like here's a little rare spawn, right? Doing the Zorua outbreak. Yeah, that's great. Maybe you can get a shiny. And I potentially have a shiny chance at more Riolu over here. So these are the ones that I would honestly do. So what you would do then is fly on over to this massive mass outbreak. You would go over there and catch literally everything on there. Within that amount of time, you might get some pretty cool alphas, and then you're going to have a little bit more time to head on over to this next one. And then prioritize your 3rd one, and then if you have even more time, then prioritize your 4th one. And right around that time, depending on how fast you are, the weather will go out. And that's okay. Just take note of what shiny Pokemon are over there for you. And then once you're done with that and the weather is gone, simply put, go over here, close the game, and then reload it. And then, of course, once you reload the game, you're going to be at this exact same state. If you saved before Munchlax, that's cool. Give them another couple berries. If you saved after Munchlax, whatever, then you can see everything. So now that you've done all 4 of those, you can go over here to these next ones. And there's going to be potentially shinies or shiny alphas in there. So go on over here and find that one. We're going to go over here and do this one next. 3... You could do number 4, and you could do number 5. And then once you're done doing around those 5, then you can say, all right, was there any shiny ones in there? If not, pretty much do exactly like I said. Reset out of there, quit out the game, and then reload your save state so you're back into this position for your third time. And then last but not least, do the exact same thing. Go over here, talk to Mai, find the other ones that you haven't done, like case in point, we didn't do this little Swinub, and we didn't do Avalug's Legacy Lickitung over here. So those are going to be the last ones. Now, with that being said, you have done every single one of these outbreaks. Now, I would definitely say, if you say, for example, that on your third reset over here, you found a shiny Apom, definitely mark it and say, hey, heads up, we're done, ready to go. Once you're done with that final set, I would say reset the game just like you normally do. Load it on up. You're going to start right off the bat with all of your Ultra Balls, all of your Jet Balls, all your Sticky Globs. You're going to have them with you. And then, now that you've done all your research and taken a peek into every single one of these massive mass outbreaks, you can say, oh, hey, yeah, that's right. Over here, towards the end of the spawns, I had a shiny Apom that came by. Right over here, on the Dusclops one, there was a shiny Alpha that came by. And then over here, there was a shiny Riolu. So you would literally just fly over to 1, 2, and then 3, and then you'd get out of dodge. And then you'd literally save all of your resources. You can even save your Ogloff berries, and then you'd net all of those awesome Pokemon. It's just a great way of doing it. So I hope that helps you out with being efficient and maximizing. Well, there you have it. Everything you need to know about Pokemon's brand new feature called Massive Mass Outbreaks. Let me know what you enjoy most about it, and if you prefer it over the old way of shiny hunting. I can't wait to see everything that you caught. Feel free to tweet at me at Abdallah Nation over here with your crazy amount of alphas, or if you got any awesome starters that are shiny or even alphas. Man, I had a great time doing that, and I'm going to continue shiny hunting and getting a whole bunch of Pokemon with this. So thanks so much for being here. You guys are a great audience. Thanks for subscribing, and if this video helped you out, be sure to share the video with a friend so that we can get more people on board with massive mass outbreaks. Have a great rest of your day, and good luck with the shiny hunts.